world, not the world.
East
But
Coast.
I went to the East Coast. I was visiting my kids and my grandkids.
Which
I'm
is
a
a beautiful
G-pop,
thing. Wow.
so that's
pretty cool.
that's always fun.
Wow.
And so yes, I got to play a really spectacular golf course, Reunion Golf Course. It's the only course that has a Jack Nicklaus, an Arnold Palmer, and a Tom Watson. So that
You
was a
mean
lot of
nine
fun.
holes,
18.
Wow.
So if you're in Orlando, I think it's Kissimmee is the official address. Go play the Reunion Golf Resort. The great golf courses and
Fly me out there. I'm in. Let's go.
all right.
I'm
Reunion
in.
sponsor this
100%.
guy. Fly him out there. He'd like to do a course review.
Oh, I
But
love it.
I will say, you definitely got to play your ball. You got to play the right set of tees. The Nicklaus course was long. The Palmer and the Watson, the ball was going. Like you'd hit the fairway and it would just run out. The Nicklaus course, the typical false front and the well placed hazards and the ball wasn't running. So that one was a little bit of a stiff challenge. But here we are. We're back.
Wow. You're back. We're back.
We're back. Lots of exciting news. Let's start with Richard Lee.
Oh my gosh.
Richard T. Lee.
Richard T. Lee.
Everybody in the golf world's a buzz. Your student back in the days when he played for the Hamilton team, that super team that you were the swing coach of. You had all those Chan Kim, Andrew Yoon, Richard Lee, to name a few. Richard Lee just won, if you haven't heard, he won the Live Golf Q School.
Which is a crazy, amazing, shocking accomplishment.
It's not shocking.
But I knew it was coming.
It's not shocking to the right, because he's won 4 times on the Asian tour. He's a big deal over there.
He's a big deal in Korea.
He's a big deal in Korea. We've got to spend time having shout out to Jeff Lee. Obviously,
and Jeff Lee's going to do a podcast with us.
Yes.
In the next week or two.
And hopefully we'll get Richard out.
And when Richard's back in town, same thing.
But that's exciting because he's locked in for 14 events. This is a career shaping, defining moment. Now, I was seeing he's going to play as a free agent, so he hasn't been picked up by a team for the team golf, but getting to be out there. And I saw Anthony Kim came in third, so he got his card back.
Yep.
He was relegated, meaning he got kicked out for not doing well enough in last year's league. But what a great story for him. But Richard Lee, so
I was teaching Richard when he was a little kid.
Like 7, 8 years old, little kid.
And then we invented, I'll use that word, the Kent Chase Junior Masters Golf Championship. Majik Golf Company decided we needed.
I remember Majik.
All right, so
they were a sponsor.
Yes.
Wow.
So they decided we needed a Kent Chase Masters. So and they had people from all the around the world compete in the Kent Chase Masters. And the reason I'm saying this is because we're talking about Richard Lee, and guess what? He won it.
He's the first.
He was the first. He still got
Chase.
He still got the super trophy. He said, Dad says he's bringing the trophy, so we can see that first Kent Chase Masters Championship by Richard Lee. It was probably when he was like maybe 11 or 12 or maybe 13 before he got in the U.S. Open as the youngest player ever to get in the U.S. Open. I mean, it's a crazy story, but gifted man, gifted player, talented ball striker. He's got his head on his shoulders right. And he can score his ball with no fear. It's pretty cool.
And golf's interesting because you really have to. Sometimes in golf, at that moment, that critical moment, Q school, you have to play 4 days of really consistent, good, your best golf. It has
pressure packed.
It has to come together. And I think in December he had done the Korn Ferry Q school, and there were some hot guys out there, and he just missed out on that one.
Right.
But then a couple weeks later goes out and just laps the field. Like I think he won by 5 strokes.
Dominated.
It was so good. So shout out to Richard. That's big news for us here on Pros and Joes.
Richard,
Kent Chase Golf.
I love you.
Richard, we are so proud of you. Can't wait till you get home and come on here and think up some really good Kent Chase dirt on him as a coach. We want to hear from the player's perspective.
Too.
We want to hear the when you were a Joe and not a pro, how things
Oh
were.
my gosh.
So we look forward to that.
Yeah, there's some things we could talk about that are really funny that I'm not going to say it on the air right now until I get his approval.
Mm.
But we did some craziness.
Well, that's good. Why doesn't that surprise me, Ken
I
Chase?
don't know because I was crazy and he was crazy, but then we got it all together.
But you love golf,
I love golf. And Jeff Lee, I need to say,
and Jeff's a pro.
Jeff's a pro, and I'm the only one that he allowed to be a co-teacher with him. And so he loved the way I spoke golf into Richard. Thus, we became a team and we got on the same page. And being on the same
So
page
important.
with the father and the child is the biggest thing in golf for me. A lot of the teachers kind of say, keep you parents go hide, I'm going to teach your kid. But then the parent is telling the kid one thing, and then the teacher's saying another. And there's how about
Is that hard as a coach when
I bring the parents in, videotape me so we're on the same page?
Right, because I see that all the time. A coach is telling the player to do a certain thing.
Don't look
And
up, keep your left
and then
arm
the parents
straight,
and then
stay
the
down.
parents wreck
And it's
it.
way different
Right.
than what I'm teaching them.
Well, right. Or the parent comes in and is like, "Oh, let me tell you my coaching techniques." Or I see a lot too, people, and I don't know your thoughts on this, but I see people that'll go to like multiple coaches.
That's a bad thing too, because now
Like
you got,
I would say when I see that, look, you have to pick a coach. Because if you're bouncing back, and it'd be like cheating on your wife.
it's
You
like
can't have a wife and a girlfriend. You got to pick one.
wow.
Right?
Gary
Right?
Player said the worst thing that Tiger Woods ever did was he started switching teachers and trying. He was on top of the world with Butch Harmon, winning everything and dominating golf. And all of a sudden, he switched into Hank Haney and then Sean Foley and different people. Gary Player says, man, if he'd have just stuck with Butch Harmon for the rest of his career, he would have probably won.
He would have broke all of Jack's
majors.
major records. Yep. Yep.
Why
It's
switch it
true.
around? My
Yeah,
God.
I think you got to stick with. But even
if you get the right one, if you
right,
get,
and even if you switch, like we've talked about Tiger Woods, like Tiger, I probably could have coached Tiger.
Well, he'll win with your whatever we're teaching him.
Right. Grab random guy that knows a little bit about golf off the street and get him with Tiger.
He will figure out
Tiger's.
A way.
You're just Anyway,
he's better. He's more talented than everybody else.
I love the TaylorMade. Tiger's been putting on these series where he's imparting a lot of his golf knowledge into people.
He's got a lot of knowledge.
It is so incredible. I was watching Tiger, and well, I'm on a segue now, but he was talking about ball heights. Like he teased his ball. They were making fun of him, all the other TaylorMade guys, because he actually hits his. Most people hit their drives on an ascending blow, right? They catch it 3, 4, 5 degrees up to hit those knuckleballs.
Right.
Tiger plays his a little more middle, tees it down, and catches it on a descending because he likes to hit this little cutter and control the spin on it. And so all the other TaylorMade guys, Scotty Scheffler and Rory and Sergio, they're all making fun of Tiger, saying he used these little tees. And so when he tees up the ball, the most he'll ever tee it up is to have like half of the ball, the equator of the ball at the top of the crown of his driver. And so, and that's not normal to, to traditional teaching. So,
well, because the old golf clubs, we had to hit it higher on the face and be on the upswing more to get less backspin those two ways.
Anyway, so tee heights, they matter. But you've helped a lot. I mean, the pros and Joes, they've seen Ken Chase Golf Tips where you're teaching how to get more upswing, like
more
teeing that thing up, spine tip. Yeah, because that works. That works a lot. And but it's just fascinating watching Tiger, his knowledge on hitting little cuts and hooks, and it's stuff I see Ken Chase do. But just when you see one of the all-time greats, and like Tiger Woods and Fred Couples hitting these little shots, and hearing Freddie go, I don't know how Tiger does that. Like, and so anyway, I really like watching these guys that have really dug it out of the dirt and know some things, and they're willing to share. And segueing back to Richard Lee, one thing about the live guys is they all say because there's team competition, the guys aren't keeping their secrets to themselves. So Bryson DeChambeau has his Crushers team, and he's got 4 players. So he's sharing all the things he's learning. And DJ has his team, and Sergio has his team, and Phil Mickelson has his team. So these teams, because they're wanting them, because there's a team aspect and it's not just the individual, these guys are really good about sharing and imparting their golf knowledge on each other. And they're saying that a lot of the live guys, the young guys that are coming in, like a Richard Lee, their acceleration of how good they are at golf has been like the amount of time it used to take from the time you were a rookie to when you got good. It's flattened the curve so much. So what do you think about that?
I love that, and I agree with that. And I remember when Lee Trevino made the statement before Live, he says, "Man, when you get your PGA Tour card, this is before Live. That's when you learn how to play golf." But the problem is getting the card.
Yeah, not everyone can get that.
And then you get the friends and you get the camaraderie,
right.
And that's why I got blessed to be hanging with people like him and Raymond Floyd and Chi-Chi, and you know the story, and Payne Stewart and Tom Watson. I actually got to hang with those people, and I got to do practice runs with those people, and I got to play the Asian Tour with Fuzzy Zoeller and these kind of people, and I love you, Fuzzy, up in heaven, smiling down upon us. But man, they're doing things differently than what some book might say.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of books, and then you learn shot making skills that are way different, and that's what Richard Lee's going to have the bonus. He'll learn so much stuff,
and he already has a lot because you've been able to teach him.
Correct.
Like some of the things that you've taught me, it's fascinating. I hit the Chi-Chi Rodriguez ice cream scoop bunker shot from a plugged lie.
Who would ever write a book about that? You know,
I never would have thought. Like if you hadn't have stood out there and taught me that shot, I would never think to hit that golf shot like that. But it's such a good fried egg bunker lie shot.
So many things that you won't ever think of until you're playing with those people.
Right, and what I've thinking about that, these guys. I mean, you know, when you're out there on tour, when you're out there, even if you're not on tour, but when you're out there every day grinding, you're going to goof around and go, let me see what happens let me see if I open the face 45 degrees, if I hood it down, what if I have my hands this way or this way? Because there's all this trial and error. And I think you can get better trying a bunch of stuff if you can remember what worked and what didn't. But why not learn from a guy that's already paid the dumb tax?
Yes, you're correct. And if you're playing, listen to this, playing with Fred Couples, I've been blessed many times with him or Hal Sutton, and there's different golf shots that you don't know that you could do it like this or like that or like this. And it creates optional ways to do things that create success. And then it creates something in your head that you just can't read the book and say, do it like this. So you have to, that's why teachers need to learn. And here's my strong opinion, how to explore the possibility that there might be a lot of optional ways to do things, and we can explore all the optional shots to get it done. But if you've been around people like Seve Ballesteros, man, and Jack Nicklaus, there's some things that they're doing different than one another that create brilliant results, but they also know how to explore this way of doing it or that way of doing it or this way of doing it.
Yeah.
So they've got all the shots, and that's when they say, man, that guy's a shot maker, because he's got options. He doesn't have to say, this is the way that my teacher told me, so I'm stuck with this way. So it gets really cool. And that's why a whole new level of play. That's what happened to me.
Oh yeah.
So I think teachers need to learn how to explore. You can't say, this is my way,
the only way.
Yep.
And that's it. I mean, there are fundamentals. There are things that every good pro is able to do repeatably. There's a consistency. But obviously, you have to have the foundational. You have to have your grip, your alignment, your ball position, your
certain
posture.
Fundamentals that are critical.
You have to, right? But sometimes when you're doing these specialty shots, you'll
Correct.
change your setup to do you get your body in some contortions you don't do it every time. Um, but that's what, to me, that's the fun. Golf becomes a little bit more like art than science. And I was watching this, and it was Scotty Scheffler, and he was doing a podcast talking about the new club and the new driver and how he worked with the TaylorMade team, and they crafted this driver for him. And then the guys, they were asking Scotty if he could hit a shot without hitting the little Scheffler shift, right? His feet go, and he's like, I can do it. It just feels like I'm bound up. So he hit a shot and he did it. And I was like, that's fascinating, because Scotty was like hitting a drive, keeping his feet, relatively, grounded, as we would say. And he was saying that it just feels constricted. And sometimes, like, because he's more of an artist, he says he sees the shot, he feels the shot, and he hits it. And like, a lot of guys will use their hands to save a shot or to manipulate, or I guess he says he uses his feet. His feet will pop in certain ways on shots that helps him to shape the ball, whether it's a cut or a draw. And but again, he's mastered it. You couldn't teach that. But then there are coaches that would coach Scotty Scheffler right off tour because they're trying to tell him, you have to do it. You have to keep your feet planted. You have to have the certain X factor. And it's like, let Scotty be Scotty. He can repeat it every time and is the best ball striker in the world. So leave him alone.
Path, face, squareness of contact, angle of attack, and speed. And Jim Furyk doesn't look good, and Scotty Scheffler looks
Bubba
good
doesn't
except
look
through
good.
impact, and Bubba Watson looks horrible through impact. I mean, and you could name Miller Barber.
Even Freddie Couples would swing steep, and he would.
Nancy Lopez, all these people.
Yeah, there's all these.
What are they doing?
Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer. You wouldn't coach his swing.
So if they came to this golf academy, I'm going to have to learn. Good thing I know the history, but I got to figure out where they were when they won the Masters, and I got to learn how to keep them there. You got to be very, very careful with trying to put Tiger Woods swing on everybody, because not very many people can have Tiger Woods swing. But you got to be always involved in what I call the ball flight influences: the path, the face, squareness of contact, angle of attack, speed, and we got to learn how to repeat that. And that's why, man, if Scotty Scheffler comes here with that dancing through impact move, if I didn't know him and if I was kind of clueless, man, I got to fix your footwork, man. But it would be foolish, because the guy is dominating golf right now.
Right. And that's it. That's part of that education. That's part of that interview process when you're bringing on a student. If you get a student that comes in and they're breaking par, you're like, well, I'm not going to muck with your swing too much unless
really
you're
careful.
willing. Like Curtis Strange, he was talking about, who was his coach? Ballard?
Yeah,
Jimmy Ballard, right? And Curtis Strange said when he got there, Jimmy Ballard told him it was going to take 5 years. Are you willing to commit 5 years to undo what you've learned, because you're on tour and he was willing to do it. And then he started winning U.S. Opens.
2 in a row.
And they said, and I didn't know this. You probably wouldn't know this because you're in golf, but Jimmy Ballard, there was a point where he had the coach's Grand Slam. He had all 4 major winners were students of his that held a major championship trophy at the same time. Did you know that?
I don't think I knew this.
I didn't know it either. I just watched it. I was like, really? And the cool thing is, like, Jimmy Ballard worked with Hal Sutton, and he had that same, and I don't know where he got his roots,
It's
but
the opposite of stack and tilt.
No, it's a naturalness. There's a lot of naturalness.
Correct.
There's a lot of Melhornism in what Jimmy Ballard taught, and it was there was a baseball player from the Yankees. I guess Babe Ruth gave a lot of that naturalness, and I think Melhorn had worked with the Yankees and Ruth because he was a baseball guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just reading some of like Melhorn, what he had taught, and I just wondered if that. I'm trying to think. There was a New York Yankee who played on tour and won like 20 times.
I don't remember this name.
I know. I'm going to look this up for our next podcast. But but I was just, well, as I was thinking about that, I'm like, I bet Melhorn, because Melhorn he taught the Yankees and a lot of those players because he, that naturalness. And I wonder if that's where Jimmy Ballard, I think there's a Melhorn influence in Jimmy Ballard,
I believe so.
but that'd be interesting to find out.
Wow, let's look this up.
Yes, yes. And I
Yeah,
wonder if Mike Monty, he might know. I wonder if he knows
we need to call
anything
him
about
up too.
Yeah, we got to get him on a podcast.
Let's get him on a podcast.
All right, so let's we got so much new golf clubs coming out. I was blessed to get to try out 3 of the new drivers last week. I got to hit the QI 4D Core, the TaylorMade. Really good. It's got 4 weights that are movable, kind of like the R7 Mini. So it's got a lot of adjustability. They did a lot of work with Mitsubishi Chemical. They really tuned their shafts. So they found this thing called, I used to call it torque. You know, I always say I like low torque. So they call it closure rate. So they've discovered that there's 3 main closure rates with how fast the club releases through impact. There's slow, medium, fast. And that closure rate, they've tuned their shafts. There's like a color coding. So you can really dial in and go with a less, get your shaft working more for you. I was hitting a 50-gram stiff shaft, which, you know, I like 70-gram. I like a heavier shaft and that thing held up. I was hitting these long bomb controlled draws in the fairway, which was shocking to me because I would never, ever think to hit a 50-gram. So they're on to something. Ping, got to hit the Ping 440K. Amazing driver. This past year, I finished the year. I've been playing the 440 LST. Love that driver. I feel like of all the clubs I hit, and last year I played the QI 35 TaylorMade. I played the Elite Triple Diamond, but I ended with I'm currently playing the 440 LST because it had the best dispersion front to back, meaning if I hit it on toe or I missed the ball and had a bad strike, like the distance loss on a bad strike versus a good strike was so minimal. And so that's really important because when you stop, because some of these drivers, you hit a good one, it could be 50 yards further than a bad one. And when you tighten that front to back dispersion, I mean, Ping's always been the most forgiving driver. So, but the 440K, it's very forgiving, but it's got a good front to back dispersion and a lot of pop. And it sounds good. They kind of got rid of the scallops like the LST on the top. There's like those turbulator scallops. So it's the bottom of the face, they used composite carbon fiber on the bottom. So they were able to save 9 grams of weight, which in driver design, that's a lot. So they could move the weight around internally and just make the head perform so much better. So Ping's got a really good product. I just got to hit one of the reps clubs out on the course, so I didn't get to test the numbers comparison side by side. So we'll get some numbers on that. And then the Callaway Quantum is their new driver. And I will say that club is getting a lot of fast ball speed off of the face. It is very, very, it's a hot face driver. So yeah, the Callaway Quantum. So Ralph, our buddy from Vans, he's a professional fitter. He's a Callaway guy, Callaway staffer, and he got 4 miles per hour more ball speed off of the face, which it's about 10 to 15, yards. 10 to 15.
10 to 15.
But
okay.
but I mean that's a legit, and I actually have some number testing that we'll release this week, and I was getting some significant ball speed. Now, obviously you got to have ball speed, you got to have dispersion left to right, you want a tight pattern, you want to hit fairways, because if a club's longer but you can't find the fairway, or if you hit it out on the toe or the heel strikes, and us Joes need some forgiveness. It's like I want the fastest club I can hit more in the center of the face, and or it's going to be forgiving when I put a bad swing in it. So
why would you put a bad swing on something?
Well, because my coach hasn't gotten me to the point where I can put a good swing on all the time. So,
are you in charge of your swing, or is your swing in charge of you?
So sometimes the tail wags the dog, Kent.
Oh, gotcha.
So speaking of that, so that's a great segue. So 2026 golf goals. So Kent, have you thought of, as you're thinking of 2026, do you have any personal golf goals for 2026?
I want to play in the Pro Lady, the Pro with my daughter.
Oh, the Pro with your daughter.
That's my big thing. And then
when is that?
I don't know, but we got to look it up. But she wants me to play in the Pro, and she wants me to start playing. I haven't played in several years.
Yeah, I know. We haven't got
a
full.
First.
We haven't got a full 18
It'll
in.
be my practice tournament, and now you got me in tears because she's got me into this idea that I'm going to start playing golf.
Well, Ken, you're out there. Kent is out there doing shot making, faith over fear. He's got it. He's just got to.
I got the shot making.
You got your hip replaced last year. You've been building speed back up, and you turned 67 plus 1 years old this year. Recently, you had a birthday in January.
January 12th.
Yes. Yes. So,
so if you need to
this is the Happy Birthday Kent Chase episode. So
happy birthday.
So if you want to send Kent, he does accept Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So if you want to send him a Bitcoin for his birthday, we'll find a way to get it to him.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, because then that helps you make more money.
So that's a great golf goal. Now, golf goals, like any goals, have you heard the term SMART goals? You ever heard that term? So there's an acronym called SMART. You have to have a specific goal that's measurable, that's achievable, realistic, and it's timed, right? So your specific goal, you want to play in the Pro with your daughter.
And be very competitive and be in contention.
Okay. You want to contend in the Pro with your daughter. Okay. Great goal. That's specific.
Yep.
It's measurable. How are you going to measure? Well, you measured. Did you play in it or not? That's easy to measure. You did it or you didn't, right?
Yep.
So you're going to have some steps. You're going to have to sign up for it, right? Is that achievable? Well, you're lifetime PGA. She's in her pro course. So you guys, it is an achievable goal. Is it realistic? Well, of course. You've got all the boxes checked. All you have to do is pay your money and sign up.
And here's the thing. I already know I still have all the shots. It's just that my weak point would be at 68 years old, I've lost a lot of clubhead speed. So my goal is, and you've been teaching me with all these
gadgets,
how to add a lot more speed. I need to get
and you know what else I would add into that? Speed and fitness. We're gonna start doing some of these exercises, and you're gonna hate that because
I'll hate it, but I'll do it.
But I know you'll do it, and I think. But here's the good thing. Here's the good thing about a guy like you is you may not hit the driver as far as you once did, but you can just pull out that 3-wood and hit it up on the green from wherever. So who cares, right?
Oh, see.
Like most people don't. Most people, you put a 3-wood, a 5-wood, a hybrid in their hands, and now they're missing the greens.
Correct.
And then if you miss a green, who cares? Because
I'll get it up and
you'll
down.
get it up and down.
I will get it up and down. I'm good at
that's one of the differentiators. And then the timing, right? The timing is in 2026. So you have 11 and a half months to get this thing done. So that's a great golf goal.
That's my biggest thing.
I've been thinking about mine, and I don't want to publicly put them on air because
and the Pastors Masters, we're going to have that.
Do a Pastors Masters. That's another good goal.
Yeah.
For me, I want to get back. I've lost. I had a couple injuries, and I wouldn't say they were injuries but my body was fighting me, so I had to stop speed training. I was getting my speeds up into that 105, 106. I'm down to 100 with the driver, and so golf's a distance game. And I find when I play up a tee, if I play the white tees, I can score with the best of them. When I got to go back to blues or blacks, then golf gets hard. I played Weekapaw the other day, great course. There's a clip on Pros and Joes. You get to a par 3 that's 240 yards.
I saw that. My gosh.
I don't like 240-yard par 3s. That's hard.
There never used to be such a thing as
that.
that.
So when you get there and you're like, did I play the right tee box? And then I'm looking back at the guys I'm playing with. and they're back there tipping it out at 260, and I'm like, I don't know if I get my driver there if I don't hit it good. And so, if you're having to hit a driver into a par 3, you're not playing the right tee box, right?
Correct.
So my goals are stemming around how much time I can devote to practicing. Because what I found is 2 years ago when we started, I was grinding. I broke par for the first time. My handicap got to an all-time low. And golf is really a game where you get out of it what you put in. And as much as I hate to admit that,
if you know what you're doing and you're practicing correctly, I agree. If you're just beating balls, because a lot of people are out there just beating.
That is true. That is true,
Yeah.
right? So now that I'm gonna give you credit, you've taught me the right things. You've taught me a method, a process, but I have to be willing to dig it out of the dirt and grind out there.
Correct.
Because for whatever reason, I quit playing softball a couple years ago so I could focus on golf. I know if my buddies called me and said, we're desperate, I need a player, because I went back out once, said, hey, come play softball with us. I guarantee I could go out and field the position. I could hit the ball, run the bases, be effective. You wouldn't know that I hadn't played for 2 years. If I put a golf club down for 2 years and then said I'm going to go out and play golf and then expect I'm going to score great, like I'd be a spaz. I'm just being honest, pros and Joes. If I put a golf club down for 2 years and tried to go be where I was. So why do you think that is that a game like softball, I can not play and pick it up and go play, or basketball, any of those sports? It's not that I mastered that sport. Like, why is golf?
Golf is so perfection oriented. You have to hold the club correctly, align yourself perfectly, posture yourself correctly, have the ball where it belongs, understand where to take it to, where you're coming from, understand the initial move, understand impact in the way through, understand the finish point, and learn how to repeat that stuff. And if you get really, 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 really skilled at that, you could take 2 years off and just still do the same darn thing. Start here, go there, go like that to there. And if you could learn that to that, baseball is a moving ball.
It's athletic. It's all athletic because it's reactionary.
Right.
Something about that ball sitting still makes it
really difficult.
Really difficult.
Right.
Really difficult. So I would like to, and I want to sit down with you because my question would be, if I want to get on that path to being a scratch golfer, how much do I have to invest? Like if I get with Kent Chase, and we can't answer this, maybe we can, but I don't think we can answer that today. But what would it take? Because you've always told me I should be scoring. I should be, based off of the shots I'm able to hit, based off of the way I'm able to play, that I shouldn't have double bogeys.
Shooting pars and better. You should be breaking par on a regular basis.
You've said that, and so whatever that barrier is, like, what's it take to get me there? Because I want to try to do that, and that'd be a fascinating journey to go on. Because right now I'm probably sitting about a 12 handicap.
And there's no reason you should be that, because you're capable of breaking par. So we got to learn, what do you do?
What is it that? Yeah, why do I turn into a train wreck sometimes?
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be my big thing with you. And I know your short game is brilliant. So people that can flat putt and flat chip like you can should be able to flat play. People that get out of trouble don't fear trouble. So something is causing you a problem to make you shoot 10 or 12 over par. And I'd have to go study you on the golf course. What in the world do you do to shoot 12 over par when you hit the ball that good, putt that good, chip that good, your bunker plays that good, all these great things you got going? How in the heck are you shooting over par at all? So would be the question I've got. And that's Raymond Floyd's greatest thing that he taught me is there's a difference between, and we got the swing now, so we got to keep the swing, but what is this thing called scoring? And Raymond Floyd, I didn't talk about him earlier, but he did some unique stuff too. But my gosh, he is so in charge of scoring his ball. It's unbelievably awesome. And I think you've heard him say it. There's a real difference between being a talented person and scoring your ball.
Right.
So
Yeah, he flat out says in his book, I'll take my golf ability and trade it with your golf ability, and I'll beat you every time because I know how to play the game.
correct.
And so I would say what it is with me, what holds me back is when I play too far. There's something about when I'm playing 430, 440 yard par fours. I don't get the ball down there far enough to where, right? Or maybe I have to master my 3-wood, 5-wood a little better so I can hit those long clubs into greens. Because, that's I think that's when the courses get long is where I struggle. When I play a course, when I play say 6,000 to 6,200 yards,
you can flat play.
I can shoot in the 70s.
So if we got Jack Nicklaus right now playing from the tips at Augusta National, it's not the same golf game anymore. He doesn't even want to go play because he can't hit the ball far enough anymore.
But he remembers what he used to be, so
it's not enjoyable for him because now he can't reach any of the par 5s and 2. It takes 4 to get there now.
Yeah,
it's like he. So the thing is, distance is maybe, and that's why I like that you're exploring all these optional clubs, because I think distance with relatively good accuracy,
that's it.
It's going to be a significant key, but not crooked distance. Be reasonable. Keep it between the trees,
right,
and get it down there really far. And
yeah, I think that's it. I think if I can tighten that up, I think that'll go a long way in my game. Because look, I'm not afraid to play the long course. I just know when you get on when you get on these par threes that are 220, 230, 240, it's like and it's not like you have this monster green. Like they're trapped there. And look, you've taught me enough good bunker play. I'm not worried about, like, if I scrape it in the trap, I'm going to probably get it up and down, if not make bogey worse place.
the worst.
But yeah, I would say that, Ken. I think that's the thing. That would be my biggest goal this year. So, any closing remarks? I know.
I love you, Brendan Zastrow.
Love you too, Ken Chase. It's been far too long. We'll get back on a rhythm, get these things going.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should let them know. We started recording. We're going to have the Kent Chase virtual online golf lessons.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
We're gonna have an early group. We're gonna have some early groups where they can subscribe into that. That's going to be amazing. So we've been doing a lot of recording. So we'll let the cat out of the bag. And if you've ever not been able to travel to Arizona and get some Kent Chase time, the foundational fundamentals, we've got a video series coming.
Thank you so much, Brendan.
All right, Family Fun Days, are they back in?
Every third Saturday of every month.
Third Saturday. So
we just had one.
You just had one. So third Saturday of the month, come out Sun City Country Club at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
9 to 11, come see Kent Chase. It's a free event. If you want to get your family exposed to golf, come out and see Kent and Janet and Tom Leggering out here.
Well, and that girl right over there, Emma's
amazing.
She's going to show off the third Thursday of the next Saturday. And then Miles Martinez is going to do it as well.
So February, do you know what that date is?
I don't know that date.
Okay. Well, anyway, it'll be the third Saturday in February. Come on out. And if people want to get a hold of you, schedule a lesson. Kent Chase, do you have any openings in your
I'm getting
I know you're getting really
booked again. This is really good.
Demand has been, there were some holes we had recommended people to get into, but if they wanted to reach out to your text only number, 602 718
9109.
Reach out to Kent. Text him, and he can get you scheduled. Well, thanks for tuning in. We will see you out there, Pros and Joes. Kent Chase Golf Podcast, where golf and life intersect.
Oh my gosh.
See you next time.
Love you, Brendan Zastrow.
Take care.
Pros and Joes.
All right, Kent Chase, here we go. Podcast number